you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, O Lord.
On the Sabbath, Jesus went to dine at the home of one of the leading Pharisees, and observing him carefully. To those who had been invited, noticing how they were choosing the places of honor at the table. When you are invited by someone to a wedding banquet, do not recline a table in the place of honor. A more distinguished guest than you may have been invited by him, and the host who invited both you may approach you and say, "Give your place to this man," and then you should proceed with embarrassment to take the lowest place. Go and take the lowest place, so that when the host comes to you, he may say, "My friend, move up to the higher position." Then you will enjoy the esteem of your companions and at the table. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, but the one who humbles himself will be exalted. Then he said to the host who invited him, "When you hold a lunch or dinner, do not invite your friends or your brothers or your relatives or your wealthy neighbors, in case they may and you have a repitement. Rather, when you hold a banquet, invite the poor, the script, the lame, the blind. Blessed indeed will you be because of their inability to repay you. For you will be repaid at the resurrection of the righteous." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
My dear brothers and sisters, the readings of today, the 22nd Sunday in ordinary times of CSC, invite us to reflect on the forgotten virtue, humility. The first reading from the book of Sirach. "My child, conduct your affairs with humility, and you will be loved more than a giver of gifts." The teaching is that humility will make a person loved even more than giving gifts to others. Humility always places us below others so that we can serve them without resentment and with true love and appreciation. The higher position that we have in the world, deeper is our need for humility. Such humility will be shown in having an attentive ear. Humility is also known in the person who listens attentively to wisdom stories, to proverbs, and to real-life situations that help us understand others and respect them. In short, Sirach gives us the key to successful fellowship with God and, of course, with one another. He advises us behave humbly and you will find favor with the Lord. The gospel takes us to the climax of today's good news. Christ exalts us. Everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, and the man who humbles himself will be exalted. So, the focus of the Word of God this Sunday is humility. Jesus invites us to think of ourselves as always the last and the least. This is difficult spiritual teaching, but one that needs to be heard at face value and not discussed away. We are invited to think of ourselves as less than others. This has nothing to do with poor self-image, nor with psychological problems. Rather, this is an invitation to live in truth with others and to forge a new relationship with others by changing our way of thinking of them. Jesus teaches the importance of humility and simplicity in our Christian journey. In this regard, we have a lot to learn from the Blessed Virgin Mary, who humbled himself. Who humbled herself. Her humility was so remarkable that God exalted her to be the mother of His Son. Humility is true self-knowledge, which enables us to know and accept our actual selves instead of pretending to be who we are not. It is virtue that makes us not to see ourselves as more important than other people, either by status, spiritual, material, or temporal accomplishments. Real humility is living in the truth of who we are before God and who we are in relationship to one another. Humility ourselves in comparison with others rather. It is evaluating ourselves to see how far we have used the talents and resources given to us by God to better the lives of others. Humility is not self-abasement for humiliation. Humility is strength, abasement, and humiliation comes from outside. Humility helps us acknowledge who we are, and this invites us to a constant convergence and growth. Being consistent with the psychology of conversion, in the case of addictive behavior, humility enables a person to start a new journey towards recovery and holiness. Amen. Let us stand up to profess our faith.